Hi everyone, welcome. FPLMattDay here, and this is my FPL Midfielder Premium Picks Top 3. If you're new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button, get any comments, questions, or thoughts in, and give the video a like as well. We will go straight into it very shortly and share screen. Before I do, I'll be sharing all of my stats from the Fantasy Football Hub. So if you want to join them at 50% off a full price membership, then go to the link in my video bio. They'll give you your money back if you don't win your mini league as well. So really, really good option to get involved with them. But let's share screen and go into my number 3 pick from my premium midfielders. And if you watched my other videos, premium means premium. So I'm talking in midfielder terms, 10 million or above. And these are my top 3. So in third, it's the king of FPL, Liverpool's Mo Salah, the most premium of premium midfielders at £12.5 million, sitting at 4.5 points per game last season and expected points of 6.29 this season per game. A lot of people weren't quite enjoying Salah as much as previous seasons last year. I think it's because he set such a high bar and he wasn't the top scoring midfielder last season in the game. And a lot of people felt they could kind of mitigate him with midfielders in other areas. But having a look at his stats here, his expected FPL points, 1.37 per game, is very, very high. Chances created is good. Touches in the box is good. Shots in the box is good as well. And have a look at his heat map all the way up this right-hand side. So he's got opportunities to get assists anywhere in this area and goals pretty much anywhere in this sort of area that I'm hovering the mouse around now. Not too many central areas, but he's in and around this side of the box here, which is where he can sort of cut in onto that magical left foot as his. Look, he is the most premium. A lot of people probably thinking pay the money and put him in at number 1. I just look at him and think third because he's still got that quality. He's still got those weeks where you're going to captain him and he's going to get you some big scores. The problem is there's some of those weeks now where he might grab you a goal. Doesn't always have the BPS, the bonus points of other players, and he might only get you maybe 1 bonus point with a goal. It's not always the value for money we've previously seen, but he has to be in the top 3 for me, despite his price, because in the opening 6, you can see here on screen, there's some brilliant fixtures for Liverpool in that opening 6. Ipswich away, Brentford home, Forest home, Bournemouth home are some really strong fixtures for Mo Salah. So let's go into my second pick, and I don't think there's going to be too many surprises here. The most increased FPL player in price in history from one season to another, increased all the way to £10.5 million this season with a points per game of 12.4 last year, and expected points of 10.45 this season, XG of 1 goal per game. A lot of people are probably thinking, why is he not my number 1 pick? I think he's second because of his price rise and because there's no guarantee Chelsea are going to get sort of, there's never a guarantee anyway, but I think 10, 11 penalties, whatever it was last season, I think it was 11. It's extremely high. We don't usually see that. So it's not something that is very, very common. But he's still good value at 10.5 million. He's captain option most game weeks, especially in this opening set of games for Chelsea, which I know their pre-season form hasn't been good, but on paper, the likes of Palace home, West Ham away, Brighton home, Bournemouth away, is some pretty tidy fixtures for Cole Palmer. And I think go here to his map as well. Very good expected FPL points. XG is strong. Through balls is really, really high. So it sort of guarantees you at least that extra point per game. And his heat map is unbelievable. He's not just coming in off this right-hand side. He picks up so many central areas as well. So he's a really, really good pick. But I think because we're going to have the likes of Nkunku returning, we're not sure if they're going to get as many pens as it was just such a big amount last season. He doesn't come into that number 1 point for me in midfielders. It's this man here, another veteran of FPL. It's Son Heung-min from Spurs, another really high goal scorer last season. Points per game was 5.6, so it was a lot less than Palmer. 6.49 expected this season, so it's not quite as good. But competition in the Spurs side that Palmer has with, say, Nkunku now, who's returning from injury. It was kind of a freak season with Nkunku being out for most of it. Son also remains on pens at this stage. Great form against Leicester, who he plays in the first game. Great goal scoring record against Everton, who he plays in the second game. Arsenal as well in the fourth game. These are all teams he has a good record of scoring goals against. I think that penalty threat, less competition for goals in that Spurs side, more of a reliance on him. He'll pick up those central areas very often. Look at this heat map. Pretty much a lot of his players cross all across that box. He can come in on either foot as well. So many options. If he does play on this left-hand side here, which will happen if Solanke does join Spurs or they get a centre forward, he'll still be able to cut in and whip it in that corner that we see him do. So I think Son has a lot of potential. Strong expected points here. Strong when it comes to through balls. Chances created is really strong as well. Touches in the box is really, really high. And I also spoke about Spurs' reliance on him as well. So at 10 million, cheaper than Palmer, cheaper than Salah, he is the number one premium asset midfielder pick, in my opinion. So let me know what you think in the comments. Have you got any of these players? Have you got all three? Let me know in the comments. Like the video and subscribe if you're new here. I'll be back for more very soon with my premium pick for forwards and plenty more content to come until FPL begins. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you very much. I'm FPLMattDay. Bye for now.